Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to start today with a challenge.
Hello!
You may have to pause the video and you will probably quit, right? That's just my disclaimer before we get into the news. Kevin, my friend from Germany, came over. You'll know him from vlogs past. When we're outside chilling, just hanging out, I showed him something that people can't do, including you. I don't even think Matt Fraser or Rich Froning could do this. So enjoy, and I'll be back with the news after this little bit. A valuable thing in life is chilling with your bros. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we've been busy. There's one thing humanly not possible. Do you know that?
Probably more than one thing.
Yeah, plenty of things. One thing is, if you do a circle, right, do this at home. If you do a circle one way, like this, you can do the same way, but you can't do opposite ways.
Right. Oh, that's really. Wait. I'll do this. And that. Can you do it?
No. Kevin's here, and you lot are probably sat on the sofa, struggling right now. It is what it is.
Sorry. Have a good day.
In the comments below, just put "I did it" if you attempted it. The competitive ones of you are just gonna keep going, and that's fine.
Anyway.
A few things have happened this week. We should probably talk about them.
Okay.
First off, in a bit of everybody loves this news, Lando Norris won his first ever race in Formula One. He's my, hold on. Damn. And then he went out and partied, and then he shared a screenshot of his Whoop. I don't think he's sponsored by Whoop, but he wears it, and I saw, because he posted about it. At 1%. If you've been in the 1% club, you'll know. In my list of goals to meet people one day, he's in there. If any of you know anyone, hook us up. Also, I think The Rock is in there. I'd like to meet him. Mike Tyson. I think he'd be just interesting. Willany. He's a YouTuber I enjoy watching. Just think he's cool. Anyway. If you don't want a spoiler for World's Strongest Man, please just look away for the next 10-15 seconds and close your ears. And wait till Christmas to watch it. I think that's when it's aired here in the UK. If you've already seen it on Instagram or you don't know about it and you want to know about it, Tom Stoltman won the World's Strongest Man this year at South Carolina's Myrtle Beach, defeating the defending champion Mitchell Hooper and bringing the World's Strongest Man back to the UK. It feels good. Legend. Hopefully you'll see a video of us very soon lifting some weights. I really want to try the stone. Okay, time for the CrossFit stuff. Oh, Step Up Gate, it's back. We're reeled back in. We thought we were done with it, but we're not. Because Rich Froning has spoken about it, and he said this on his podcast.
AFJ, major penalty.
Disqualify a bunch of videos, just in solidarity.
And then not review a lot of the middle ones.
That's unacceptable.
Along with other stuff, it will be linked down below if you want to go watch. Okay, that is enough of Step Up Gate. Oh, or is it? Okay, I promise, last part. This is the last time we're going to talk about the Step Up Gate. Go. Hello, I've got a little poop. Hello, yes. Squeezes. Known and Noble on Instagram, he did all the statistics as it was coming out, and he's put together over the past week what would happen if they just took workout 1 out of the results completely from the quarterfinals process. You can pause the video here if you want to see, but there would be some big changes just within the top 10 of most regions. So does that show capacity? If broken down over 3 workouts instead of 4. Now that really is the end of Step Up Gate. It's done, under the mat. If you don't know what it is, you don't need to know. If you'd never heard about it before, you won't again, from me anyway. All right, now moving on from quarterfinals to upcoming semi-finals. We had a leak. Not that sort of leak, a leak of the workouts early. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Basically how it goes is Andrew Hiller got sent workout 3 and workout 6. And so then it kind of forced CrossFit to share them as well, because everyone wanted to know what the workouts were. Now, Dave Castro said that 51 people knew, but they all signed NDAs.
It all essentially of that 51 been read in within the last week or so of this
of that date of when it happened. So I'm not saying it's any of them, but I am saying there were a lot of people at that point, due to the mechanism of how we're conducting this event. They had to know these events coming up in a few weeks because they're running the events. So in that environment where a lot of people outside of our control, essentially at that point, even though they all signed NDAs, etc., the chances for it leaking were way higher.
I guess it's pretty hard to keep a lid on it when you've obviously got to tell event organizers. Like you said, you never know who's going to tell who or whatever. But here we go, right? I put on my thinking cap because after this statement, he went on to mention that things next year are going to be different. And to me, I'm going to put my money in. If I was a betting man, you listen and then I'll tell you. See if we agree.
Not the end of the world, not ideal. Also, very much, it's another one of those things that's gone on this year where it's like, okay, think back to this next year when people see how things are playing out and the changes we're making. And you'll even see some of what's going on now. It's like, well, yeah, now next year, because of the way they're doing things differently, potentially, these type of things are not a concern.
I feel like Sanctionals is coming back. Not worrying about workout leaks because the event itself can run its own workouts, but I don't see them getting rid of quarterfinals either and the video reviews. Maybe we'll look back on this video in a year and say, or maybe I'm just coming up with theories in my head. It wouldn't be a bad thing. You know, it'd take the pressure off CrossFit to run these events and program them and organize them. Give athletes multiple times a year to qualify for the games. Athletes that fall through the net, maybe because of, I'm not going to say it, it's in the bin. But stuff like that happening gives, you know, like, I think it's a great possibility. And if they make it happen, I feel like it will only do wonders for the sport. But also I could be very wrong. All right, now the workouts. There'll be 6 of them that the individuals will be facing over the weekend. And the barbell spin found on the Torium Pro website, the schedule that we'll probably come to expect at all of these semi-finals. The workouts look good. I was a little concerned when I saw a lot of running in the first event after last year's lane 8 incident at the European semi-finals, but over the last couple of days we've had it announced that it will be a running course that the athletes will undertake. And from Franlung Analytics, we got some statistics that we always like, comparing the machine usage from 2023's semi-finals to 2024. Now we can actually cross off that 4,000 total meters on the assault runner because we know that's going to be a course now. So there's only going to be 1,800 meters on the rower and 100 calories on the Echo bike this year, compared to 8,600 total meters split over 4 machines and only 45 calories. So a lot less usage, which is like good, I think, maybe. Because as a fan, you know, sometimes you don't really enjoy watching people sit there and do long things like row a marathon. Although people did sit in the arena the whole time, and fair play to you lot. Dedication. I like it. Now, also from Franlung Analytics, some of you may notice that semi-finals event 5, the snatch ladder that I'm very looking forward to, is a repeat of 2016 regionals event 1, and also the West Coast Classic event 1 from 2021. So, what are we expecting to see? Apart from fireworks, because who doesn't love, you know, like get tired and then snatch 120, especially when you're already 4 workouts into the weekend. Looking at current world records, both were set at the West Coast Classic. Chloe Wilson with a time of 5:28 and Tola Moricchino on the male side with a time of 5:49, just ahead of Danny Spiegel and Matt Fraser. Will we see this time broken? I think obviously over the years we've seen it. People have got better at CrossFit when workouts have been redone, but also instead of this being the first event, like in the past 2 competitions, this will be the 5th event. So can athletes beat that time? I think yes. Will they do it after 4 other workouts? I'm gonna say you can do it, Bron. Or Guy. Guy. He's gonna set the world record. And then to finish off this little bit, we've had some news from Boz about the placements that are going to be given to each region, and they're coming out tomorrow.
So before we do that, I got one thing for you guys too. We're going to release the strength of field distributions on Friday.
But he also told us on the podcast, The Spin, that they're doing the ratings and giving out the spots a little bit different this year. They're not including athletes that aren't competing at the semi-finals at all, which to me makes sense. They've taken the feedback over the last couple of years and they're implementing it. I like that.
Since we introduced that system, people are always kind of asking what athletes are included in that pool, etc. And a lot of kind of criticism around like, okay, what about athletes that go team? What about athletes that decline their invite? That sort of thing. So this year we are going with only athletes that are active participants in the individual semifinals. So that means only athletes that are competing in that division that have not gone team or not declined for some other reason. So it'll truly be just the group of participants that are at that semifinal.
But hey, more importantly, tomorrow we're getting this song released, and it's going to be the song of the summer, I think. It's been everywhere since it got teased, and I can't wait. Also, I've been talking with Tia. She said I could put this out there. I asked her if her wrist was better, and she said it was much better. So it's going to be fun to see her at a live semi-final. And then I don't know why these were in my images, but they are two things that I don't think exist anymore. And it's crazy because they were like my childhood. Whoever came up with the eating feet ice lolly, bit weird, isn't it? Bit strange, but they were actually a thing. Team. This link down below, if you want to be like Lando, track your recovery, gets you the band, a free month. And when you're using it, it takes you put it on your wrist, you leave it for like 7 days, tracks everything that you do, creates that baseline, and then from there, wouldn't live without it. So thank you, Whoop, for sponsoring this video. And yeah, no one told you today you're an absolute legend. We fly next Wednesday to the European semi-finals, so get ready for some sick behind the scenes. Smash the like button if you're excited for that. And if you support this channel, please. And head over to hustlemade.com to get some of the sickest shorts that have just been released in the game. You lot are the best. Tell someone next to you that you love them.